Hello, Phil here from Wings of Pegasus, and welcome to another analysis video. On the agenda tonight, I'm going to be having a look at George Harrison, and this is a really rare video because it's George actually playing with Gary Moore. Gary Moore's kind of coming on as a guest to play with George with his song While My Guitar Gently Weeps. The other cool thing about this is Ringo Starr's actually drumming as well. He comes on at the same time as Gary, just for this song. So yeah, there's some real nostalgia about this video. So we're gonna kind of get stuck into it. Let's get it up on screen and see how George and Gary and also Ringo get on. And what I love about this, obviously it's an epic tune anyway. George was a fantastic composer, songwriter. But what I love about this is that Gary Moore, I've said before, he's got his own feel and his own style and his own vibrato. And even though he's playing really simple lines just to really complement the melody of the song, you can tell straight away that it's Gary playing in the background. Another thing that I really love about Gary playing here is that he never overplays. So many people just play notes for the sake of notes, and Gary never does that, or never did that. So yeah, it's really cool so far. Stop at that point because I think this is almost a perfect pairing for this song, to have Gary Moore playing the lead, because his lead is so soulful and Gary's guitar, it is weeping. It's got a voice of its own, and Gary just emotes so well through his guitar. It's really top level playing. And there, I mean, that whole lead break is so good that I think George kind of turned into a member of the audience, just being that close to watching Gary do his thing and play some of those lines. Even to the point there where you can see George is starting to sing, and he's actually visibly put off by how good that little lead break was, and probably being so close to it is like, oh my God, it's like amazing to see it that close up. But yeah, really cool to see when a top professional and a top musician has that mutual respect for another top musician. You could tell here they both really respect each other, and you know when somebody else is kind of on a different level, and I think they both think that about each other here. George, just an amazing singer, songwriter, composer, and Gary, such an amazing guitar player. So yeah, really perfect pairing here for this track. This is all like really cool stuff. I try to keep these videos short, so I'm just going to move it on a little bit because there is a stage where George actually starts playing a few little lines. Unfortunately, his guitar's quite low in the mix, but they start kind of letting loose a little bit further on the track. So let's have a little listen now. So yeah, so this is the point where, yeah, unfortunately, as I said, George is, I say he's really learned the mix, but it might be just because the person filming it was on one side of the stage, not in front of maybe the PA in terms of where the sound was coming from. This is from the Royal Albert Hall as well, so it's a pretty massive venue. So hopefully in some part of the venue, you'll be able to pick up George's lead guitar a little bit more clearly, but Gary Moore's break there was just face meltingly good. It's just, he doesn't have to play with loads of speed, and as you could see, George was really enjoying it as well. And it gets to the point where when you're listening to a guitarist who's right at the top of their game and they just know what they're doing and they're just fantastic to listen to, that even the musicians playing with that guitarist just enjoy listening to what he's doing. And this is one of those things, Gary Moore's, I've always, said that, he's a top player. I'm a bit biased because, I'm a big fan of his anyway, listened to him a lot when I was growing up. But I think that if you just listen to the way that he plays and the way that he emotes through the guitar and the kind of groove he throws in there and the soul and the vibrato, you can't really go wrong with just listening to him as an example of how to play lead guitar, how to play great blues lead guitar. And this is a really interesting video to watch just because it was never filmed apart from people in the crowd. So this isn't kind of out there. I haven't seen this before. So yeah, really cool video here. Yeah, I'm going to put a link to where I found this video on YouTube, so you guys can watch it if you want to. I'm going to put that in the description. But yeah, really impressive stuff here all round. And Ringo as well. Unfortunately, we don't get to see him on the drums, but it's really cool that he's there as well. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And I will see you guys at the next one. Rock!